Oh, hi. Didn't see you there. I'm Eric Krakauer. That's Lloyd Sam. This is Crown Talk.
And is this the episode where you're getting your tattoo?
Not quite. So how's that huge tattoo healing?
Oh my gosh, the huge tattoo.
Yeah.
This tiny little thing, I can hardly see it. I need to go back and get another one.
Although you had it covered up for like 3 days.
I mean, that was the instructions.
Okay.
I can't believe we got to show all your tats on camera.
I know. Well, they're not camera worthy, but maybe
Correct.
I'll get another one. Maybe I'll get another one. Let's talk about the game against Cincinnati. Second straight win for the Crown. 2-0. Swiderski once again showing up, but so did Kalina, and I think that's one of the stories of the game, or maybe narratives, and that is that Kalina had to make some big saves yet again, and Cincinnati may have left Bank of America Stadium thinking that they deserved at least a point.
Since he had some big chances in the first half, as we saw in the game, what comes to mind was Kalina's save in the first half to Vasquez, Alvis Powell's chance. That could have really turned the game if those fly in. The reliance on Kalina right now is a bit of a concern. But you know, what you really saw was the effect of a DP in the MLS. The game's in the balance, the game is quite close, and you know, just like that. I told you about Sebastian Giovinco.
Yep.
He used to do that to us back in the day, just like that, bang.
Turn a game on its head in a matter of seconds.
And you got to say that second goal for Swiderski, that free kick, that bit of ability there, which probably no one else has on the field at that moment, changes the game.
I said this on air, but I think it's worth repeating. Zoran Krneta, the sporting director of Charlotte FC, came up to us a few days before the game and asked us if we'd seen Swiderski take a free kick. We both said that we did, because we were in Charleston with the team, and he was practicing some, and more often than not, they ended up in the back of the net. So he was...
I'm gonna stop you there. Zoran's very close. You're trying to get some brownie points with the sporting director.
a pay raise. That's what I'm going for.
All right, well, we're a package deal.
You know, going back to Kalina real quick, all his heroics in the first 4 games of the season, no clean sheet. This time he's actually rewarded with a clean sheet. So I think that while he was getting all the recognition, you know, vocally, now he actually has that statistic, which is really important.
Obviously, it's great to see him get the clean sheet, but his attributes, great with his hands, great with his feet as well. In this game, he didn't get to use his feet as much because of the wind. The wind was a big factor in this game about the performance. So it was tough to pass the ball around. Miguel talked about how difficult that was.
You and I had an opportunity to speak to Kalina later that night, and one of the things that he mentioned was that it was impossible to gauge those long balls from Cincinnati or crosses coming from out wide to try and come out and pluck them out of the sky. But the thing that I thought of immediately, this is a guy who's relied on to ping 40-yard balls looking for Swiderski, and Daniel Rios, who I think was once again one of the quiet protagonists of this game, involved in the first goal as he was against the Revs as well. So the wind, absolutely a factor. And the wind may again be a factor in Chester, Pennsylvania. The stadium is right by the river. Philadelphia Union in first place, undefeated, 3 straight wins, just 2 goals conceded. That's second best in the Eastern Conference. This is going to be a real test for Charlotte FC.
For all those reasons you just said, everything about this game is going to be tough. Also, when you look at our away record at the moment, it's been 2 away games, 2 losses. You really don't want it to be 3. You really don't want it to start, you know, you don't want that kind of streak in this league. So it's a tough game already. As you said, they're top of the league, they're feeling themselves. They're probably really looking forward to this game after international break.
Back-to-back wins.
Yeah.
Do they actually have a real impact on the confidence of a team, even when you're going to play an away game against such a difficult opponent as the Union are?
Yeah, I mean, everyone's going to be confident right now. That's why I was saying the outcome. You look at it, Swiderski's on form, other players, the back 4 clean sheets, Kalina's playing well. So they're going to go in with confidence. I believe I saw Joseph Moore in an interview say, hey, we've got 2, we want to make it 3.
Right.
And I loved that.
Yeah.
I loved that he was vocal, going out there saying, we want to go and win. It wasn't like, oh, we want to go and, you know, do our best to maybe get a point.
Right.
I love that he said the win.
That's the attitude that you want to go into, particularly against a rough and tumble, blue-collar Jim Curtin team. You are a veteran of matches against the Union, both with the Red Bulls and DC United.
Yeah.
What are Charlotte FC going to see or experience in that game from that team?
The biggest memory about playing against Jim Curtin's side, it's just never an easy game. I don't think it was always a fight. I mean, they're going to go 90 minutes working, running, clawing, scraping your eyes out, just whatever it takes to get the win. This is what it's like over there. And, you know, I had up and down results against that team. But to see him still there, to see him on the side, I know how that team's going to turn up. And we've looked into Philly a little bit.
Yeah.
And as you said, blue-collar team, they're not going to stop. It's going to be a good fight.
Speaking of that blue-collar approach, nobody embodies that more than their captain, Alejandro Bedoya, who joined in 2017 as a DP, no longer has that status. But he's got 2 goals this season already, and he's an engine in midfield. How does Charlotte FC manage to take his impact or negate his impact in this game?
I don't think you're going to be able to mitigate his impact. I think he's going to do his thing. He's one of them players, as you said, he's consistent. He turns up every week. And when I've seen him playing this season, it looks like he's got a new lease of life. 34 years old, but he looks like he's enjoying his football.
Yeah.
I think Charlotte just have to worry about themselves. They look like they're enjoying their football somewhat with the last 2 games. It's that Joseph Mora attitude. You go in there and you go for the 3 points. You don't go in there and try and bunker down too much. The game is probably going to be tough, but you go in there and try and get that win. Go punch him in the mouth nice and early and take that 3 points.
Charlotte FC aiming to make it 3 wins on the trot against the Philadelphia Union, who sit pretty in first place in the Eastern Conference. We'll see you on Saturday.